Looking back at the game and the way McKenzie played, how'd you feel like he obviously didn't take a lot of shots downfield? Was that a product of what they were giving you guys, and how'd you overall grade his performance?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to take shots down the field, but, I mean, we called 5 shots and penalties. We were 0 for 5 for negative 30 yards on those shots via penalties, so we kind of had to taper down those shots as the game went along just because of the negatives they were causing for us. But I thought McKenzie played well. He extended plays. You know, that was something that I wanted to see him do. And there were, I mean, some extended plays where he got out on a 3rd down and scrambled, made a guy miss and got the 1st down. And a few busted plays he extended, one to Wyatt Rector, one to Malik McLean. I mean, there's about 4 to 5 that he extended plays on and got us into a good situation.
With the running back rotation, I know we've talked in the past about how you intend to have a rotation, but is there times where it complicates it because you have a hot hand and you switch away?
No, I mean, a lot of running back success is a combination of, you know, are you in when there's a hole, and the combination of that with how you're feeling. But we have 4 really good backs. One was just getting back, but we have 3 guys. I mean, LT led, I believe all rookies in yards per carry last year. So I have no regret having LT on the field in any way, shape, or form. Did he not have as much success last week as he had in prior weeks? Correct. But that doesn't mean you can't put a kid on the field, because he shows the ability to make explosive plays. And once again, when you're in a game where you have one series with negative 45 yards of penalties, right, you better put people on the field that can go for 20 and 30, because you're not going to be able to consistently drive the ball and move the ball down the field with 6-yard runs. 6 and 7-yard runs become 2nd and 13 and 3rd and 14 when you're in those situations.
Okay, there was, and it might be part of the drive you're talking about with penalties, but there was a drive where both quarterbacks were used at the same time. What did you see from, I guess, that grouping, and is that something that you think you guys can build on and move?
Yeah, I mean,
forward?
That grouping, second drive, we started out of our own end zone. First 2 plays, we had a few MAs, and then we got out of the end zone. McKenzie extended a play, threw the ball to McLean, put the 2 quarterback grouping on the field, had a productive run, came right back, had a productive sprint out, came right back, and then got a holding penalty. So, I mean, I don't think that had anything to do with the grouping. I think that had everything to just do with you got a penalty, and now we're at 2nd and 18 again. You know, instead of being in a situation where we're in a short yardage situation in which we can maybe take a shot on a 2nd and 2, we're now in a 2nd and, I believe it was 18, 2nd and 17 on our own end of on our own side of the field, inside the 20. So I don't really think that had anything to do with the grouping. That is something we're probably going to continue to do, just to utilize skill sets. And they aligned how we prepared for it. We just, penalties. Can't get penalties.
Kenny, several short yardage situations did not go how you guys planned out. Was it MAs? I mean, how correctable are these things? And I'm assuming this will be a point of emphasis this week in practice.
Yeah, that was you take all the negative in the game. I mean, we only ran 35% of our plays were run with all 11 guys doing the right thing. And that's the emphasis that I've got to clean up as a coach. I got to make sure we get all 11 guys doing the same thing, whether we call 4 plays in the game or we call 40 plays. We got to have all 11 guys doing the exact same thing. And on those plays, that was the game. We had 5 plays, which I rule as short yardage or goal line. All 5 plays were negative plays in those situations. Part of those were MAs. We had 2 MAs on those situations. We had one MA. We had a bad track, and then a few of those times we just we got pushed back a little bit on those situations, or maybe we didn't stay on the double team long enough on a tight end wing situation. But we got to put our players obviously in a better position to succeed in those situations. The week prior we were really good in those situations. Versus Notre Dame we were touchdown when we got in those situations, first downs, and this week was obviously the polar opposite.
You talked a lot about getting behind the chains last year, setting up 2nd and longs, and obviously penalties played a role in that again. I guess, was it different stuff or the same stuff kind of setting you in those situations? I mean, McKenzie talked about how you're probably not going to beat many teams when you're constantly in situations like that. Just how tough can that make things?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys saw it. It makes it nearly impossible. I mean, when no team is going to be successful getting a first down, gain of 15, nope, 2nd and 20. All right, you get another first down, penalty, 2nd and 25, right? Throw 5 hitches, move the ball down the field, cover a guy up. Instead of 2nd and 2, right? 2nd and 15, right? Those types of things, it goes back to you either got to be explosive or efficient. And when you're 0 for 5 with shots for 3, with 2 penalties for minus 30 yards, and you combine that with not being able to sustain drives because we weren't efficient enough, whether that was MA-wise or whether that was penalty-wise, you're putting yourself in a situation that's nearly impossible to be successful.
Hey, Coach, a couple times used multiple tight ends, 2, 3, I think even 4 on that one play on the goal line. What does that give you guys when you just have the versatility of those tight ends? You can use them in just different ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you followed us the last 4 to 5 years, that's something that we've always been really good at. We've been really good at low red zone running game, right? Just like week 1, we called it, score with Trayshawn Ward there at the end of the game, right? That's been a big strength of ours, is to get into those wildcat packages on those short yardage situations. Some people like to line up under center and hand the ball to the back. And our theory is you line up in wildcat, you just skip a step. Either you're going to take a snap and bring it back to a guy at 5 yards, 6 yards, or you're just going to snap it to a dude at 5 yards. Well, we remove a hat in the wildcat package, and we essentially get the ball to the back at the same time. So that's just something we've always done. That's something we're going to continue to do. That's something that we believe in with those heavy tight ends and those wildcat packages on short yardages.
At the practices we've been at, I'm not sure I've seen Keyshawn drop, 2 passes maybe total. When the receivers are not making plays, is that become contagious the negative way, the way it can be the positive way? And it seems that you guys had some opportunities to make plays in the goal line, and then even getting close to in the red zone, receivers and tight ends not making those catches.
Yeah, I think that's just part of, we talked about it as an offense, right? We can't let things weigh on us, right? When it rains, it pours. And that's the mantra right now is when it rains, it pours. We get 1 penalty, all of a sudden we have 3 more on the same drive. We cover a guy up, and then we covered him up 2 plays later. Same exact play. 1 play we lined up correctly, called the exact same play again. The next play, we line up incorrectly. The exact same play, right? And I think that just goes to we have to understand in those pressing moments, we've got to stay calm. I felt like not having that success early, Keyshawn's made 1 billion plays this offseason, as you alluded to. And that drop, I think everybody just kind of deflated everybody a little bit. And then it made everybody a little bit nervous of, oh man, well, I got to make the next one. I have to make the next one. Really, just status quo. Just go do what we've done every day in practice. Go do what we did week 1, which is move the ball down the field and have success. And I think we just pressed a little bit, and it caused some of those.
Down the stretch in that game, was Jordan Travis available, and was there consideration of switching up quarterbacks, or were you guys riding with Milton to the end?
Yeah, I mean, we felt like McKenzie did a good job managing the game, delivering the ball. I mean, they're essentially playing drop 8, deep quarters the entire game, just forcing you to throw underneath routes over and over again. And he was doing that. I mean, he was efficiently moving the ball down the field until we got into bad situations. He was dealing the ball left and right, hitches, stick routes, until we got into the 2nd and 17s and the 2nd and 18s of the world. And obviously, when you face a team that forces you to do that, right, that's the game. They're challenging you. Can you not make mistakes? That's all it is. They're literally just saying, can you go out there and execute for 8 consecutive plays? And if you can, you'll score. If you can't, you won't. And it's not a challenge. It wasn't a lack of challenge. They didn't come up and challenge us. They challenged us mentally to just go out there and execute. And me as a coach didn't get our guys prepared enough to get that executed.
Kenny, did they defend you the same way they defended you last year? Was it basically the same type of defense? And do you expect, like you're talking about with defenses moving forward, to maybe challenge you guys to hit a bunch of passes in a row and do little things? If Jordan is in the game, do you foresee it changing the way people defend you? Because you talked about, him being on the field might be the reason Corbin has the 90-yard run, because it opens something up. I guess as a coordinator with 10 games still left to go, how do you do all this calculus in your head and figure out what you want to do at that position?
Yeah, there's no doubt that when Jordan's on the field, I mean, he's a threat to make a play, not just in the running game, but in the passing game. He's thrown that he's proven time and time again when he's been in the game to be productive and to be successful. So there is time that you have to put him on the field and utilize him. But at the same token, I think the key for us as an offense is to play how we played in the second half of game one, which is efficient. We can be, and we showed that we can be that week one, that second half, a really good offense. That's what I told our guys. We can show we can be a really good offense. We can move the ball on people. It wasn't like we were getting this last week TFL negative. That wasn't the MO. The MO was we'd have success penalty. And then we may have success MA, right? And so for us as a staff, it's about, all right, can we limit what we're doing so we can get all 11 guys doing the right job? Because if we get all 11 people doing the right job, we averaged 8.9 yards per carry, or per play, when we had all 11 people doing the right job. So that's the challenge, and that is the only challenge, is getting 11 people to do the right thing and to play hard. Because I do not think offensively, I don't think there was a lack of effort. I thought our guys played hard. Now, did we play a little bit pressed like we alluded to earlier? I think so. I think, early in the game, we got a little bit pressed and got a little bit nervous when that happened. And that's something that our guys just we gotta overcome and grow past that as an offense, but as a whole, we just gotta live in a world of efficiency. And you can't do that with 70% of over 70% of your plays, not 11 guys doing the same thing.
Anything else for Coach? Okay.
Thank you, guys.